Welcome to the Z-Files, folks. Just take a moment. I'm on vacation up in the Great Smoky Mountain National Forest in this great state of Tennessee. And I just want to take just a few moments to say hi to the folks in the Z-Files. And it's been storming out here lately, and it's storming back at the house in North Carolina as well. I was checking the weather app. Um, First, I think talking about the storms. These floods that occurred in Texas, they are tragic, folks. So keep the families of those who lost loved ones in your prayers. These natural disasters. What do you do? What can you do? I don't know. These are acts of God, and there's not much anyone can do about those. But communities will come together over it. I know that those rural parts of Texas, they will do that. And so just keep them in mind, keep them in your prayers. I wanted to talk for a moment about the Epstein case. A lot of people have been weighing in on it, talking about it, very disappointed with the Trump administration because they're saying that there was no Epstein list that came out. And got some folks walking down there. Walking around in the rain. Can you hear them? All right. Anyway, so let me talk about that for just a moment. Look, folks. When it came to Epstein, I never thought he was a top-level player in all of this. I always saw him as a pawn. If you're looking at a chessboard, a chess game, he's a pawn. And what the DOJ needs to get to is they need to get to the king, and take out the king on the chessboard. And if Epstein is a pawn, that means that there are much higher players in this situation. And why would he have a list if he's a pawn? Think about that. The people that have the real case, the real evidence, are far above Epstein. And it can go as far as former presidents, it can go as far as international bankers, high-level bureaucrats, ruled by bureaucrat, right? This goes much, much higher than Epstein. So give them an opportunity, give them a chance to finish these investigations and work through this before we jump all over everything. They're going to throw some ruses out there. I did that when I was in law enforcement. You throw out ruses to throw people off the trail so that you can do a good investigation and catch the bad guys, And if the bad guys don't know what you're doing because you're putting out false information and throwing them off the trail, it gets easier to catch them. That's something you have to understand when it comes to these investigations. There are tricks to catching these people, and if you're playing at a high level like that, you really got to play at a high level game when it comes to the chess that they're playing. So that's what they're doing. And I don't believe that Trump administration is compromised. Some people are saying that. I don't buy that for half a second. I think that I don't believe that the Trump administration is using blackmail, and so they're keeping it hush-hush to blackmail these guys to get what they want. I don't think so. I think they're throwing a ruse possibly to complete the investigation. And so give it time. And that's all I have to say on that. I don't have a whole lot to say on that because we out here don't have the information they have. When I was in law enforcement, I received law enforcement eyes only bulletins from places like, from national or federal agencies, we can say that, going nationally out to all the law enforcement agencies, FBI, DOJ, We'd get these bulletins, and we couldn't talk about them. We couldn't share them with the public. I couldn't come home and say anything to my wife about the bulletins that I saw on law enforcement. So you have to realize they can't just inform the public on everything. They can't tell news reporters, even if it's independent media. Let me switch over here because my arm's getting tired. Even if it's independent media, they can't reveal what's going on in their investigation. And yet we are so, the public is so impatient, and I understand why. We want to see results. We want to see these people arrested and put away because they're so evil. But look, folks, as horrible and bad as satanic and evil as pedophilia is, which Epstein was a part of that, and the things that they were doing, there are things that go even far beyond that would horrify people. I mean, I don't know. I have to be careful in how I say a lot of this stuff or what I say, because there are things that go far beyond pedophilia, and how horrific they are, and how horrific they are toward other human beings, especially when it comes to children. It's shocking to people. One of the worst things you could work as a detective is child sex cases. It's disturbing to see those. But what if there were ritual abuse and ritual sacrifices due to, say, the worship of Luciferian worship or satanic worship or something like that? Well, you have an even worse situation. But beyond that, what if you had high-level players that were threatening? There, I was waiting for that. That was threatening the safety of an entire nation because they have the ability to harm the nation in ways that we don't know. And the administration is trying to work through that, and they're trying to deal with that. And so they have to play this game the way they're playing it because there's a threat to the country, or there's a threat to a major city, or something of that nature. Those are the things we don't know. And so you got to let them do their job. And let them, I mean, they're professionals. They will do their job. Now, I know over the last 4 years, there was some really iffy stuff with the FBI and so forth, as they were politicized to go after political enemies. But I don't believe that's the case now. I think they've turned that situation around, and they're actually trying to go after the real criminals. But these investigations are not easy, and they take a long time to do. And the people doing the investigations are always in danger, always in danger. So just, try to be patient with that. ICE hit Los Angeles really hard. I know that Karen Bass is not happy about it, the mayor of Los Angeles, and she's really, really not happy. But there's nothing she can do about it. Nothing she can do about it. The Supreme Court has upheld these raids by ICE, and there's, all she can do is try to politicize it and try to win public opinion in the media. But I don't think she has her core supporters that are going to support her, but I don't think she's doing a very good job at winning over the country because she's on the wrong side of the issue. So, that's going to continue. That's going to continue. And, we have to get this straightened out because, crime is going down because criminals are being deported. I understand that traffic is easing up in LA. That's another benefit, that they don't have the traffic jams like they once had, not to that level. I'm sure it's true all over Southern California. But, and the neighborhoods become safer. It becomes a little bit better place to live when you get the criminal element out. And so I'm hoping that, I hope it happens in San Francisco as well. All the way from LA to San Diego, and then up in the Bay Area, Oakland, California, which has been really a crime-ridden city, very heavily crime-ridden over the years. Places like that. I think California can be cleaned up, especially when it comes to adding the funds that they have now since they passed the budget. They're going to have a lot more funds to hire more ICE agents and Border Patrol agents, customs agents, and be able to do the job even better. So I think that's a positive thing for the country, a benefit. We need to get the criminal element out of our cities and make them safe and prosperous, and a good place to live again, a good place to work, a good place to start a business and be successful, a good place for industry to work. San Diego, I was in San Diego for 38 years. San Diego, hope that noise is not too bad. San Diego is big in biotech, and because the climate in San Diego is perfect for biotech. So biotech companies are huge in San Diego. Silicon Valley is still big in California, and a number of other industries, but it can get better when the criminal element is removed and you have good economic policies at the governmental level, and you don't try to shut down the people the way they do now. You get good people in office that will run California the right way. That state would be incredible. I mean, the ability that they would have to become an economic powerhouse and a world player is there. It's just sitting there waiting for somebody to come along and plug it in and turn it on. The natural resources they have, the topography, the beauty of California is incredible. The resources are incredible. The climate is perfect for building industry there. It could really be built up, but you have to have the right kind of people that are running the state. And they need to be people who, well, I'll just say it this way, they need to be the type of people that are honest, moral, and have integrity. And people like that are people who believe in God and believe in moral integrity based upon godly principles, and that's what we need in California. All right, well, I'm gonna let it go here. We get inside. It's late, and hit another day tomorrow. And finally, the rain came. I thought it would be hit us earlier, but we had actually quite a warm and sunny day today, so we were able to get out and do some things. And yesterday was nice, but I think the rain has finally arrived. So God bless you guys. I'll see you next time on the C Files.